Hello and welcome to World of Warships with Montrala. Today, as the title suggests, spoiler alert, you will see how I get a Kraken Unleashed achievement in my Odin, and that's not only one achievement I will get in this battle. So let's look at the battle. It's a tier 8 battle with some tier 6 and tier 7 thrown into the mix. It's a carrier battle, and I'm sailing a German battleship Odin. That's a reward ship from the shipyard event, the first nice shipyard event after the infamous Puerto Rico or Pay to Rico fiasco. And a lot of people decry Odin as being completely nerfed because of that after the testing the hairspool were reduced to the level of basically tier 5 battleship, but the Odin has very good armor despite having small health pool, or it has small health pool to compensate for the very good armor. And the Odin has quite good secondary armament that got nerfed a bit or not even a bit, nerfed significantly as the all secondary builds in the commander rework. However, despite the secondary builds being dead and pushing being dead, I have a secondary build of my Odin, and the push is what I'm going to do. So I spawned on the flank and I want to move to this flank, and actually my idea is to go behind those islands to be shielded from any cross map shootings and try to push into enemy ships that usually all gather behind the island on the other side of this flank. So far my relocating here went quite smoothly, and I see that the enemy is sending here some destroyers that are most of my concern at the moment. That's why I opened on this Anshan as fast as I could, and I managed to score 2 penetrations with high explosives, and this is exactly why I had a high explosive loaded. I expected a carrier to spot some destroyers, and it's easier to do significant damage to a destroyer with high explosive. Also, the guns on Odin are quite small, 305 millimeters, so basically no overmatch on anything. So unless you are shooting at the broadsiding targets, high explosive is better choice despite the relatively small damage. And I have a hit on this Bismarck. I set a fire on her, and looks like the fire damage is tickling on this mark, so she probably used a Damacon earlier for something else. And I see that the Anshan is trying to move in a way to be able to make a torpedo trap against me. I'm trying to blind fire the visible part of the smoke, counting for some damage, no hits, and the Bismarck fire damage is tickling, and I actually got my first kill because my fire was what ultimately ate up the last of the health of this Bismarck. But at the same time we lost our Florida, so the teams are equal on kills and equal on points now. So after Bismarck went down, I decided it's time to push. I used my Hydro. I think that Anshan didn't expect me to to push and she got caught in the open. My secondaries opened up and here are some torpedoes. And that's one very, very, very unhappy destroyer. And my second kill. So, we've dealt with a destroyer on our flank. I do have some worries about where the HSF Harikaze might be lurking around. And actually we lost our Graf-Spee that was detonated by an enemy Massachusetts, so we are now equal on kills again. So far all kills on my team goes to my account, and I see that the remaining enemy ships are going away from this flank, so I want to push, especially that the aircraft carrier is within my battery range. Oh, our destroyer Gepard is going a bit wide, but she's providing spotting, and being a gunboat she tries to shoot from far, but actually enemy carrier Kaga managed to remove our carrier. So now the enemy team has advantage in points, advantage in kills, and actual advantage in having a carrier, and their carrier went undetected. So now my focus goes to Kansas, and the Kansas is a nice target to shoot at because she's huge and slow. So my secondaries actually can hit anything, and it's also not that hard to do damage with my mine battery. And that's my third kill and my close quarters expert for getting kills with secondary. And now it's time for this Bayern, and as you can see, I'm still loaded with the high explosive because it gives me actually guaranteed damage instead of ricochets and sets some fire. So now actually it would be nice to have a AP loaded, but I have HE, I switched to AP now, but looks like I will have little use of AP at this angle. And the Gepard is taking a kill this time, so I'm still sitting at 3 kills and have 40,000 damage. Now I detected Kaga for a moment, sent my front guns at her and my second guns at the cruiser Abruzzi, and I'm pushing into the enemy base. And at this point the enemy team still has advantage on kills, 5 versus 4, and still has a carrier in play. But we basically pushed them away from their home cap, so our destroyer is already inside enemy home cap, so we stopped any point gain for the enemy. And I'm trying to shoot Kaga. My secondaries actually open it up on the carrier, so my front guns went on Kaga again, as well as the second guns, but no hit. Rear guns not hit unfortunately. But maybe now. And here there is enemy Nuremberg trying to push back into their home cap. When Nuremberg goes down, Kaga goes down, and this is close quarter expert, Kraken Unleashed, and double strike. 3 in price of 1, basically. So at this moment we gained a huge advantage in kills. Oh, okay, I had a nice damage on this Fiji. So actually at this moment I said, okay, I will park myself behind this island and will guard enemy cap. There's no much they can do anymore, and I'm trying to get the shots at this Fiji, and still there is, and I have a citadels, nice, and still there is enemy Hatsuharu around here. She just sent her torpedoes, so I'm not using Hydro at this moment. And here is Atsuharu. So I had an AP loaded, I switched to HE, but no need, and that's a 6 skill and another close quarter expert. So at this moment I decided, screw it, I will push in as hard as I can and maybe I can get 7 kills. We basically have it in the bag anyway. The enemy team doesn't have map, they are completely crossfired from both sides. There is Bismarck behind me, there is our Massachusetts, and as well our destroyers. We have 3 destroyers, so that basically enemy battleships don't stand a chance. And in this hunt for kills and hunt for damage, I actually overextended myself. Oh, here is a Confederate for me on this Massachusetts, and now I know that I will die basically soon enough. So I want to try to send some torpedoes on this Colorado, maybe they will catch her. But Colorado picks a kill on me. So my results at the moment are 6 kills, 3 close quarters expert, Kraken Unleashed, double strike, and a Confederate. So unfortunately I didn't short my torpedoes enough, and the Colorado managed to avoid her. But at this point the enemy, 2 enemy ships remaining, Colorado and Abruzzi, basically cannot bring this battle back. Our Gepard is sitting nicely in enemy cap, capturing it and removing any points gain. And basically those 2 ships are pounded from every side, so that's not a nice position for them. Abruzzi ate some torpedoes from Kagero. Kagero is using guns, and actually it's Gade that finished her up with fire, and all that's left is the Colorado that is in very close proximity with our Bismarck. So I expect that the guys will try to end this battle in style with ramming. Hopefully this will end before those torpedoes will reach Bismarck. Yeah, that's the Colorado who actually decided to go down with the ram. So let's recap the results once again. 133,000 damage, 6 kills, 3 citadels, 6 fires, 132 secondary target hits, 65 mine battery target hits, 19 aircraft. Kraken Unleashed, 3 times cross-quarter experts, double strike, and Confederate. So that's a quite good result, which put me on the first place in my team with quite nice 2200, over 2200 base XP, with the next ship in my team being almost 1000 base XP behind. So let's have a look on our damage. 29,000 to Kaga, 11,000 to Bismarck, 10,000 to Anshan, 10,000 to Kansas, 9,000 to Nuremberg, 3,000 to Hatsuharu. That was the ship that shot down, plus the damage on the ships that we didn't manage to sink. And if you can look, we have a mine battery 92,000, secondary battery 30,000 almost, and fires 11,000. So the secondary batteries had a nice damage, but from 733 shells shot, only 132 hits. So the nerf on the secondary battery accuracy is real. Yes, the secondary batteries actually barely hit anything. So this Anshan that was quite close got pounded a bit, but and the Kansas because slow, huge target, so even secondaries can hit it. Oh, anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this battle. I surely enjoy it a lot, and that's what I love to do, is to go and push and push. And that's why I do die sometimes, more often than I would like to. Anyway, if you liked it, please like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Please subscribe to my channel, and I see you next time. Goodbye.